In the near 11 years of its existence, Run 8 has come a very long way, from its introduction to AI trains in Run 8 V2, to the introduction of weather effects, more regions, and lots of rolling stock in V3. The improvement and functionality of the game has drastically improved to offer a realism of train simulation never seen before. High Rail Simulations has also expanded their southeast region, with the latest introduction of the CSX Baldwin Route. The CSX Baldwin Route for Run 8 fills an important missing gap in operations for the A-Line route. The route joins the CSX A-Line at 2 points, southward from Callahan and westward from White House. The Baldwin Diamond is the center point with 4 subdivisions meeting from all points. Number 1, the Callahan subdivision, south from the junction of the Nahunta subdivision on the CSX A-Line. Number 2, the Jacksonville Terminal subdivision from White House. Number 3, the Tallahassee subdivision. It runs west from the Diamond to Sanderson. The real line goes west to Tallahassee, Florida, then west onwards to New Orleans, Louisiana. And number 4, the Wildwood subdivision, also known as the S-Line, runs past Baldwin Yard. The prototype continues to Plant City and Tampa, Florida. The S-Line is CSX's designation for the line that was once the Seaboard Airline Railroad main from 1903 to 1967. Then it merged with the Atlantic Coastline Railroad to become the Seaboard Coastline Railroad and eventually CSX. Baldwin Yard is approximately 18 miles west of Jacksonville, Florida, and it serves as a yard and an auto rack storage facility. The route is small compared to other Run 8 routes. However, it does in fact fill that big void in the operations of the Jacksonville area. The vegetation is nice, as it does follow the Run 8 standard of only model what you can see from the tracks, which I'm not going to complain, because this helps with frame rates and keeps things running as smooth as possible. If you watch my trains builds, I follow this same train of thought, if you catch my drift. Much like the rest of the southeast region, the Baldwin extension is set in the early 2000s. Seaboard-era R2s are still abundant for signals, and trains such as Q101, 102, 179, 180, 601, 609, and most infamously, the Sunset Limited, can be ran across the Baldwin Diamond from the Tallahassee subdivision, just to name a few. My only complaint is that now that the Norfolk Southern line from the Diamonds of Jacksonville have been expanded to accommodate the other meeting points of the CSX lines, the signals for the AI trains has still remained on the ground. Yes, I know the intention of this line is literally just for AI, but in my personal opinion, the NS line offers a nice little 30-minute run for anyone just wanting to do something different. My hope is that these signals do get fixed in the future, but it's not a bother or a breaking point for me. Run 8 isn't going to wow people in graphics. It's not set to be a top AAA railroad sim. We gotta remember, Run 8 was developed from the amazing people of 3D Train Stuff. What this simulator excels at is its function of trains, the physics behind the trains, and most importantly, its multiplayer.
Oh my god, Chris, look at the ditch lights. Look at the ditch lights. You know what? It's fine. That's the part of the...
You wanna get that switch for me? Thank you. Alright, let's go.
Uh, 6x2.4 southeast siding, single track main, 5226X.
I find everything the Run 8 team creates to be absolutely enjoyable, especially when adding the multiplayer system to it. As a standalone, if you're into realistic train physics, then that helps as well. The AI system works well along with the AI dispatcher, if you don't feel like dispatching. Run 8 brings a sense of togetherness though, in the multiplayer aspect. Like everyone is working together to get jobs done, to keep the railroad moving. This has been reproduced a handful of times, but in my opinion, nothing can reproduce the absolute feel of networking that Run 8 does. The Baldwin A-Line extension for its $20 price tag is well worth it, expanding on what was already a great route and creating this massive networking system in the South, that when great minds come together, make an absolute masterpiece of virtual railroading. This alone is what brings new players in, and what keeps players since the V1 days, like myself, around for years to come.